gentlemen, please subscribe to our new OnlyFans page, brought to you by Joe Roar's Feet. Oh, he's a beautiful soul. We are live on Facebook. Holy shit.
Joe, whoever's on, if you can leave a comment, make sure you can hear us okay. Because, y'all know how this goes. We suck, so.
Yeah, Boom Shakalak is not here, so.
He disappeared somewhere, so.
Whatever.
Hey, we're getting closer to 2,000 followers, by the way. We're inching closer, so. Remember, guys, share our page. Tell your friends about us.
Follow us on OnlyFans.
Y'all want to start an OnlyFans page a little bit too much.
$5 says we can't hear Bob.
Joe Roar can hear us. All right.
Hi. Oh, hi.
We got it to work, Bob.
We got it to work.
I just went down and ate dinner.
Did you?
I don't see him on my screen yet.
He's on my screen.
Fuck, I don't. I quit with technology.
He's here and queer. Oh man. So Joe Roar asked us earlier if he actually sent in a text to the Danielson hotline, and he sent me a picture. Here, let me see if I can show everyone the picture here. He said, did Jimmy shave all of his hair off to meet a trainee? Possibly, yes. And he said that he found Jimmy's favorite hangout on Dort Highway that Joe drives by it every day. And the place is called Trainee Dave's.
What the fuck? Trainee Dave's.
You see Trainee Dave's?
I see Trainee Dave's. All right.
Trainee Dave's.
I like it. I like it.
Like a transmission. I bet he's regretting that LLC right now,
That or he's got the best clientele possible.
He does. Yeah, probably does.
He's got to be like a super smart ass.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Welcome, guys, to whatever episode number this is. I have no idea. I don't know how this is going to post or when we'll actually air this episode, but if you're on the live, you're getting a sneak peek. And yeah, but listen to it anyways when it posts to Spotify and Apple.
Josh says that he invited Bob to come salmon fishing on Grand Haven Pier the second week in September with him and his dad, since he moved to West Michigan. But clearly Bob does not check his inbox. Nice clock.
You like that clock?
Yeah.
Look at that. Where's that? Right there.
What did you send that invite?
See that clock? That is compliments of Fishing Complete Inc. Get your own custom-made clock at fishingcompleteinc.com.
He sent that at 10:54 a.m. today. Give him a chance.
Hey. Bob is notorious for not responding right away to shit, though.
Dude, you could text me directly, and I will maybe hit you back next week.
Oh, I know. Dude, look at the group chat that we're.
I haven't heard from Bob in maybe 2 months.
I didn't know if I had to call him and say, "Hey, are you jumping on with us tonight?
Are you alive?"
I just thumbs up shit and
So that's it. He's
send a dirty pic.
That's literally like that meme of that little redheaded kid. He's like, who? That's what I'm talking about? Yeah, that's all I think about when Bob sends his thumbs up. I'm like, I picture his fucking face.
Yeah, or that other meme with the kid who's got the mullet and he's like,
oh, yeah. Yep. Probably more so that one than the redheaded dude. Yeah. Jimmy Dorman is checking in from bed. Wow. What a lame-o. He could have dialed into Riverside and joined us for a minute, but no, he's just going to sit here and watch.
No, don't do it now. It might mess everything up.
I'm going to boot his ass out. So,
all right. So if you're a new follower,
he lives 800 feet from you.
I know.
It says we've got 10 people in here. If you're a new follower to the Terrible Outdoorsman, let us know. Let us know how you found us. We're curious to know. If you're not new, never mind. We all know how you found us.
If you're not new, why the hell are you still listening to us?
Yeah. 130 what? 135, 6?
Dude, I don't know because I've got a bunch queued up already, and I don't remember what numbers I was at. Yeah, 135, 6. I don't know.
Yeah, it's amazing. We had We had some, what do you call it? Like some things go on with our life, and then all of a sudden, it's like, yeah, we're here now, and we've got like 5 episodes in the queue. It's like, what is happening?
We went to the point. We got to the point where we didn't have enough episodes to go. We missed a week, which is like first time ever missing a week. And then all of a sudden, now I've got so many. I was thinking about doing like bonus episodes because I just don't have. We have too many episodes in the bank right now, and then we've got a bunch coming up next week. We got Spencer Berman coming up next week. I'm super excited for that. We're talking some fall muskie. Bob, Jimmy says to tell you that he starts at 2 a.m. and I don't think he knows that, and I don't think you care either.
Doesn't care.
He doesn't care. You don't give a damn.
I run on nicotine, coffee, and hate on 3 hours of sleep, and I get it done. So I don't want to hear your excuses.
There you go. Jimmy drives the forklift all day. Come on, bro. You could have joined us for 15 minutes.
Listen,
everybody shame Jimmy Jebediah, okay? Just shame him for not joining us.
Jimmy works for Dayton Freight. There ain't much to talk about Dayton Freight.
Oh, they're a competitor for you, aren't they?
No, they're not really a competitor. They're actually a company that Penske uses pretty much like company wide for like all of their LTL moves, and so we work with Dayton quite a bit, and they have probably the highest rates and the worst service. So if that says anything,
nice, good shit. We got some questions coming in. Before we get into those, though, who's ready for hunting season?
I am ready to watch you guys sit in the woods.
Are you going to hunt this year?
I'm going to try.
Did you eat all your venison up?
No. I probably should have. Yeah, we had some. I had some shit. I had some chili and shit for a month. So
Does Sarah eat it?
Yeah. She eats it for sure.
Well, yeah. I did my annual trip with Jackson. Got out in the woods, put some cameras up. It's like 3rd year in a row that we've done it. I posted videos of it and stuff. But it was like that's all I needed to kind of flip a switch to go from fishing to hunting. Like pretty much in full hunting mode now. Not that I don't want to fish, but like all of a sudden I'm amped up. And then I set those cameras up. In the last couple of days, I've had like some pretty nice pictures coming in. Nothing like crazy, but still pretty good. And now I'm like, all right, now I want to get the bow out, and then we're getting all of our hunting stuff in at work. And I'm like, oh man, it's game over. Next hobby down the list. Yeah. So
a question came in since we're doing a TNA tonight.
TNA, all right.
Sarah Williams, who's that? I think that's my wife. She asks, how often do you like to clean your hunting guns during the season? It's a pretty good question because I don't think any of us clean our guns.
I think I've told this terrible story, but I've got a really good terrible story to come with.
Click. So I'm the kind of guy where I will clean my gun after I shoot, like especially tournaments. I'll make sure my gun's clean.
Yeah. Who's talking?
What's that noise? What the fuck is that noise?
It's your fucking phone.
Oh shit! It's my phone.
It's my phone, dude.
My B. I was like, "What is that noise?"
Was there something going on in the background here?
Yeah, it's my phone.
Dude, there's our OnlyFans. What are we watching?
I know. It's
oh my god.
So hunting guns. I mean, I don't have a hunting gun, but my shooting guns, I make sure I wipe it down and clean it off every time I shoot it, like after every tournament. So what do you think, Bob? After you go hunting, let's say you go up north for a week and you got your 450, and do you clean it when you get home?
Unlike Ryan, yes, I
shut your mouth.
After I'm done hunting, before I cased it or before I
man,
I'm pretty sure I wiped mine down because mine did not have the level of rust that his did.
Nope. I can't even. I got nothing when it comes to that. So if I tell that story,
you probably did. You had to have.
I'm pretty sure. Well, I just bought that new 450, and we went out. I took it up north, and it was snowing like crazy. And we threw it in the case on the way home. Coming home, I didn't wipe it down, and I was like, "Oh, I'll just wipe it when I get home." Got home to unpack, and sure as shit, forgot about it. And I think it was like 2-3 weeks later, I went to go pull it out, and it's just solid rust. Brand new Ruger 450, and I'm like,
That's not ideal.
no, it goes with the name, right?
Yeah.
That's why we call ourselves what we call ourselves.
I'm pretty meticulous about it. Like that's kind of like the military in me. I've just always been that way about guns. I actually pulled my AR out the other day and wiped it down and put another coat of oil on it, and it was spotless. Been sitting for a while.
I always clean them at the beginning of the year, but we don't kill that many deer, so we don't usually have to clean them.
Yeah.
There's a good debate there though, because I've heard both sides of the story. For like, we always target shoot our guns, and my crazy ass wife's coming out. You're live on Facebook, so this is real time.
They can't see me.
I can turn my camera. But like, I've heard stories where like you target shoot your gun and then you don't clean it. You don't want to mess with the grooves in the barrel after you've already fired it. But then I've also know guys who they clean it after they shoot it, so they're shooting clean gun when they're actually shooting at a deer. I've heard both sides. I don't know enough about ballistics to know. Maybe someone knows and they can answer. Maybe Bob can answer that. His thoughts on it.
Your safer bet is just cleaning it. I mean, you're not shooting. You're not out there making like 1,500 yard shots every day or anything like that. So like,
I don't know where you're hunting.
Your better bet is just to clean it. Before you go out to the range and you zero your rifle and then clean it again. You're just not going to throw it. It's not going to throw it off by that much.
Yeah.
There's an argument for that, I guess, but for the most part, I think generally just clean it out. I always like a deep clean, that'll happen at like the beginning and the end of the year, probably, like before, and after you shoot it, obviously you want to make sure that it's good and clean, but pretty much throughout the season, if I'm not shooting it regularly, I'll just wipe it down. You always want to make sure there's some kind of protective lubricant on the action of the rifle or the gun, and then all over the metal parts. So I do that.
There's a debate too about like how much oil to use too, because I've heard both. I've heard like some guns you can literally you can drop it in a vat of oil and it should be able to fire, and then I've known other guys who put just drops of oil on there.
Just a light coat.
Yeah.
Just enough to.
Was it Glock? Wasn't Glock like wasn't there advertisements back in the day like you could like drop it into a bucket of oil and pull it out and it would still fire or something?
You probably could, but I don't know why you would want to.
Well, it's just it's one of those things like, oh, look at our marketing ploy. You never know when you're fighting bad guys. Your gun drops in a vat of oil, you can still go bang bang, right?
Most guns will fire underwater too, but you can actually clean your gun with water. That's how I've cleaned a lot of rifles that way.
Muzzle loaders. We used to clean with soap, dish soap and water. That was like the best way to clean a muzzle loader because they get nasty.
Dish soap and water. Actually, I want to say that in like the in most of our weapon manuals, like hot water is like one way to like phase one cleaner to take down like get the big stuff off. Because there's a lot of times where you're like when you're out in the field and stuff like that, and you'll come back and it'll just be destroyed. Your weapon is just caked with mud and all kinds of crap, and like they're nasty. And like just take them over to like we had like these big wash bins. You just take it in there and wash the whole damn thing down. Now the important thing is like any water, any moisture you get out of it, you got to get off of it. I mean, it's just a natural. That's like a natural thing that happens, right? It oxidizes and rusts. So, like, once you get it completely dry, then you have to coat it with oil. So, like, oil is your best friend. Light coat of oil on everything.
Yeah, you can't really. I don't think you can really oil it too much. I mean, I wipe off any excess. I don't want it like saturated, but
no.
Especially if you're storing it. Like my hunting rifles that I'm done with for the year, and I'm going to clean them, and I'm going to coat them in oil, and then I'm going to store them. Worst case scenario, next spring you got to wipe them down because there's a little bit too much oil on there, but they're not going to be rusty. That's for damn sure.
I've heard people say shit about like scent control with the oils too, and it's like there ain't nobody that gives a damn about scent control in the gun season.
Is that a Metallica song?
Scent control. No, nobody cares about scent control in gun season. Like, I mean, you can see the deer, you can pretty much shoot it, especially in Michigan. Well, you don't have to get close to the deer. Like bow hunting, like, dude, that's a whole nother animal. You got to get within 30 yards of the deer. Where, like, you think about the woods that we hunt. If you see a deer during gun season, you can shoot said deer. Doesn't matter where it's at, you can shoot it.
I think I've only ever shot one deer over 100 yards. Every other deer that I've shot has been like just right around bow distance.
Is that the one you blew the horns off running? Wasn't that like a 100-yard shot?
I think that was like 80 or something like that. But there was another one I shot at like one. It was like 120 paces, so it was probably close to 100 yards, and it was with a muzzleloader that was on a cornfield.
Yeah.
Cut cornfield.
All right, we got a few questions coming in. Let's before we get to loss. All right, so Bob, you missed this one, but Josh Cullen says you guys need to bring back your annual predictions and goals, which I agree. Denise fucking lost her mind over here because she agrees.
I said that like a month ago.
So I'm just saying, I'm all for it. I think we need to bring it back too.
I'm all about it because I never fulfill the shit anyway.
Yeah. I think we're all due for a terrible outdoorsman tramp stamp tattoo.
We are all due. I'll continue to be due. Jimmy, I just want to see Jimmy to get it, and then I'll be like, "No, I'm good, man."
All right. Well, so here's the deal. What are we gonna? Since Jimmy's in bed and he's getting ready to go to bed,
Yeah, he's going night-night.
What are we gonna have to do to incentivize him to get that tramp stamp tattoo? I don't feel like it's
Just
a
tell
lot.
him to do it.
Yeah,
Honestly, if we paid for it, he'd go tomorrow and get it.
it's probably true.
All right, what else we got? We got
Take donations from listeners.
Yeah.
One, because Jimmy will literally do anything for the listeners.
Anything.
One, two, he won't have to pay for it because he's cheap as hell.
I hope he's still watching. Can you see who's watching?
Yeah.
I don't think I can. All right, listeners. So donate to Jimmy's cause for Jimmy's tramp stamp of the Terrible Outdoorsman logo. If you donate to cover it, we will make Jimmy go get it done. A tramp stamp of the Terrible Outdoorsman podcast.
It wouldn't be that
I hope
hard.
to God he's watching this. Now he can't sleep for the rest of the day.
Yeah. If I swear to God, whatever we make, how about this? Whatever we make from now until 9/11, we'll match it.
9/11.
So for an hour, we'll match it in the TO fund. So you get 1 hour.
What for?
So if we make $20, we'll donate $20 from the TO fund
For Jimmy's tattoo?
For Jimmy's tattoo.
It's got to be for a tramp stamp. That's the only
That's it.
way
Yeah.
I'm paying for it is a tramp stamp. I'll do that. We have 1 hour.
Throw your Venmo up there, dude.
Well, we should.
Well, Dan posted his Venmo a couple times, so we're gonna start do a jot form real quick for
Yeah.
Jimmy's
Start a fucking
tramp stamp.
Start a GoFundMe.
All right. Where are we at? All right, here's a good one. Joe Rohr wants to know when Bob is starting his podcast.
That's a great
I want to
question.
know the same thing because I am ready.
Brother.
I'm ready.
I'm too fucking busy, man, for everything. I'm surprised I've been able to make it onto this.
Hey, you don't need to make it a weekly podcast. Make it like a once a month. Make it special.
Well, I need to do it. I need to do it face to face. Like this isn't like something I want to do like over. I already don't like. This is not ideal for me. Like talking through a microphone, through a camera, and all this other stuff. Like I am very much I'm a face to face kind of guy. So if we can organize something where we can get in your studio, I'll do it.
In the beat lab.
I got
Hey,
a lot of content.
weren't you supposed to come down last weekend?
We're supposed to do a lot of things.
Yeah, you're supposed to come down this weekend. Come on, nobody's holding us up but you, man. I'm ready. I would love to do a podcast where I don't have to host it and I don't have to do anything. I can just give the color commentary.
I would love to see what the intro would be to that show.
There you go.
I'm Bob.
Sideshow Bob. It's got to be like the Simpsons theme song.
I want to do like the Unsolved Mysteries theme
Oh,
song.
there you go.
Like
do the like the Exorcist Tubular Bells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me make sure.
Hey, I've already got like the podcast cover and everything put together for you. I sent you that, right? I think so. Right?
Oh shit! I put the wrong Venmo.
Oh, oh snap!
Hold up.
All right. Well, we'll work on that, Joe Rohr. We're trying to get him to do it. I think you just do once a month. You don't commit to too much. We do a once a month episode. Sideshow Bob. Put it on the Terrible Outdoorsman channel. Which goes just Sideshow Bob. Anybody wants to watch it?
I heard it's going to be a premium feed too, right? It's like
Patreon
$1 subscriber or something like that.
Yep, and every bit of it goes to Jimmy's tramp stamps.
Hey man, I'm telling you, if Dan-Williams-38, we will match whatever we make from now until 9/11 p.m.
Yeah, I was like, you're talking September 11th or 9/11 tonight?
9/11 p.m. tonight.
He's gonna get
September 11th. We got a month.
full body tattoo.
Yeah, he's gonna have a full body logo on his back, but he would love it.
Yeah.
All right, so we got our buddy Mark Kane says, "What's up? Just killed a groundhog with the 9mm while cutting the grass. America, fuck yeah!"
Riding around with that shit on his hip.
Oh yeah, dude, that's like our dad. He cuts the grass with a pistol, like attached to the steering wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the longest time, he said that it was for his dog, right? Like he was
To shoot his dog?
No, like he was afraid that like coyotes were gonna attack his dog. And then his dog passed away. He put the dog down, and then he still does it. And I'm like, why you still got that gun on your tractor? And he was like, in case the coyotes come after me. I'm like, what kind of coyote attacks a dude on a riding lawnmower?
That's a rabid ass coyote. He might be. Hey, you gotta be careful. He might be watching. We're live. He's got Facebook, man.
I'll say that shit to his face. I already did say it to his face. Why the hell are you carrying that shit?
That's funny. What else we got here? Is Jimmy actually Amish?
Allegedly.
Yes.
Jebediah.
Yeah, he goes by Jimmy Jebediah. No, I don't know what the hell he is. He's part of our blood, so I hope he's not Amish. That means we're Amish.
Yeah,
my beard is straight enough to where it can't be. It can't be Amish blood.
Your beard looks good, man.
You do not have pubes on your beard.
I don't have pubes on my beard, no.
Bush face, Jimmy.
I don't really think Amish is like a race.
It's a religion.
It's a little bit more of a religion or lifestyle.
I'm pretty sure it's a belief, yeah. I don't know. I don't know enough about it to talk about it, so apologize for anybody who's Amish. I mean, we just...
I'm sure they're not listening.
No, 100%. You better not. You're not supposed to have electronics.
Unless they're on Rumspringa or something.
What is it? Rumshakers?
Onlyamish.com.
Oh, man. Onlyfarmers.com. Or farmersonly.com.
Yeah.
Dude, you should start.
You don't have to be lonely. At farmersonly.com.
That's got to be the worst business platform ever. Would be an Amish online dating site.
Yeah, I know.
Like selling.
That's funny.
Amish might be.
So no, Jimmy is not actually Amish. His beard is very curly and refuses to groom it.
No, I don't even think it's a curly beard necessarily. It's the lack of mustache with the beard.
That is true, right?
I think it is.
I would probably look the same if I kept the beard, but I just shaved the mustache.
Looks like he's got a little rat that gnaws that thing off.
I think it's just more of like a genetic flaw that he can't grow mustache hair.
He's got the mullet of beards. All right, what else we got here? Judy Graham popping in to say a quick hey. Howdy do, Judy.
Hey,
Josh says again, bring back the terrible prediction, but I also want to know your guys' dream hunt and dream fishing adventure. That's a good one.
He's already caught his dream fish. I'm right here.
Wow. What a catch
For the listeners.
What a catch. Oh, yeah.
All right. I'll go first because everybody knows mine. My dream hunt, Alaskan moose trip.
Alaskan moose knuckle.
Yep. The Alaskan moose knuckle. I still say I'm going to do it. Hopefully, I'm going to do it. That was one of my bold predictions, and I failed miserably. But one of these days, I'm going to do it. My dream fishing adventure would probably be like a fly-in trip up north.
That'd be cool.
Like middle of nowhere, no one else around. You fly in, you get dropped off on some lake where there's nobody else on there, and the only way you get off the water is you got to get picked up from that plane. And where you just those lakes where you catch nothing but 40-inch northerns every cast. Like that's all I want.
I feel like
you shouldn't bend over in the woods too. Get butt raped.
It's random.
It's your wife.
It's random from the voice in the other side of the room.
We've got an audience tonight. It's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, Janice is watching us on live and then just commenting.
Yeah. Joe said go fly fishing. Don't do it, Ryan. Don't do it.
No,
for the love of God, don't.
All right, what's yours, Dan?
Dream hunt would probably be like I don't know, it's kind of lame, but I feel like it would be like a North Dakota or like plains, like pheasant or duck hunt. Something out in the middle of nowhere.
So not even deer hunt, it'd be like waterfowl?
Waterfowl for sure. It's got
I think a pheasant hunt would be cool.
Yeah.
I don't know, that wouldn't be a dream hunt, but
yeah. For me, it would be like something I would, something that you could do just in like North Dakota, South Dakota, like somewhere in the Plain States.
I got a hookup in Dakota. She might be watching.
Yeah, you never know.
She's told me to come out there.
Be pretty wild.
Let's go. All right, fishing adventure. Just Thompson with me again.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so back to Thompson. So I took my boat out to Thompson, and I tell you what, dude, your trolling motor really was beneficial for Thompson because you were able to lift it up. With mine, with mine, I wasn't able to lift it up into shallow water. In the shallow water, like I couldn't raise it up. So I was just eating weeds with my trolling motor. So yours, when it lifts
can't
up,
adjust that.
I'm sure I can, but it's I got
yeah. Mine's nice where I can just hit a button and you go.
Yeah, well, that was really nice. So, but yeah, I mean, fishing trip would definitely be like I would say a flying trip. I would do a flying trip for sure. That would be awesome.
Bob.
So for hunting, it would be a Montana elk hunt with a bow.
Yes.
Primarily with a bow.
Yes.
If not a bow, then a rifle.
That's a close second for me.
Well, Montana.
Very close second.
And not Colorado.
Probably more achievable, honestly, than a Alaskan moose trip, but
that Alaskan moose trip just looks like pure misery, man. Like I'm sure it would be badass, but
it'd be one of those trips where you're gonna be sucking for that whole trip that you're there, but when you get done with it, it's going to be one of the best experiences you ever did. And then the lead up to the trip, but the trip itself is probably going to suck. Physically, it's going to suck. Like if you actually shoot a moose too, and then you got to cut that thing up and then try to get it out of the woods and then deal with a bear. Like to me, it's exciting.
I think it'd be cool to do like a dove hunt in like Argentina or something like that.
Zero interest.
Yeah. Zero interest. Sounds not fun.
No. No.
That would be pretty cool.
No, in no way.
Or even like
form would that be cool to
or even like dove hunting somewhere in like Texas.
Dove hunting anywhere does not sound fun to me right now. I did this shit as a kid with a BB gun running around my parents' house. Bob, what's your fishing trip?
Fine.
Oh, you threw me off with that dove hunting.
I'm not gonna knock you want to go do a dove hunt. That's cool, but I certainly wouldn't even put that on the list, let alone rank it towards the top.
Alaskan moose knuckle, I guess.
Well, if fishing would be like yours. It'd be like a Manitoba fly-in, big pike lake or something like that, and then kind of close second with that is Lake of the Woods Muskie on the Canadian side. So
yeah.
Both of mine are like relatively achievable. I retire in a couple of years, so we'll see.
All right, so the Jimmy Tram stamp is up. Joe Roars, $20 on that.
I haven't seen it come through. I haven't seen it come through yet, Joe.
All right. I don't think Joe has Venmo though.
Oh, that's true. Well,
He's going to snail mail me.
whatever you got, Joe, send it over.
Denise says $1.
I haven't seen that come through yet either.
Mark says, got a new gun, Savage Model 24 over under with a 22 on top and a 20 gauge on the bottom.
Oh, that's sweet.
Got a scope and it's zeroed in a 2-inch group at 200 yards. Would you use it for deer? Headshot would be necessary.
There's a lot. There's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah. Well, Mark's had a rough go with missing deer the last few years with his bow. So I think I do a tighter group than 2-inch, but I don't know if I wouldn't use with a 222 on top. But the 20 gauge, 20 gauge with a slug. I've shot deer with a 20 gauge slug. I don't know about 100 yards, but
it's just a 22, like a 22 long rod?
I don't know. He said 222, so I don't know if he meant 223 or 22.
Probably meant.
I'm pretty sure 22 headshot. I don't think that's legal.
Did they make 22 mag legal
for deer?
I can't remember.
I didn't think any rimfire was legal for deer.
If we only had a means of Googling the question.
We only had a.
I'm not touching anything because it will mess up what we have going on. I'm not Googling shit right now. Somehow the live is working and that's all I care about. So
we have our producer over here. She can Google it.
I think it can't be rimfire, but like even though 22 caliber for like a 220 or a 223 or like a 22 250 are illegal. So
he said no, a 222. Interesting.
I didn't know that was a caliber. Okay. Maybe it must just be a little bit smaller than a 223.
How would you guess that?
Yeah, tell me that. Yeah. Shut up, Dan.
Joe said fly fishing in Argentina. Joe said don't shoot a black duck.
Fly fishing in Argentina. Get out of here, Joe.
He said don't shoot a black duck, which a funny thing about that is I actually have a black duck mounted on my wall at my mom's house.
Justin O'Kelly says, what's up, brothers?
Yeah.
What up, Justin?
Good question. Do we know that? Do we know him?
I don't know him. Maybe he's new.
Maybe he's a new guy.
I don't know. Maybe he's new. We've had lots of new followers. Welcome if you're new. If not, why are you still here?
He studied at Michigan State. Sorry, dude.
Oh, Sparty. That's all right.
That's all right.
Yeah, Joe says go fly fishing. No thanks. Pass. Mark says dream trip, houseboat trip on Lake Timagami with us. It was awesome. Yeah, we've talked about that trip. Shoot a black duck. Where do you want to go? Denise says Fraser River. You're right here. You don't need to put it in the group chat.
She's having fun.
Sturgeon on the Fraser River.
You're having a good time here? Sitting in your child chair.
My little tiny chair.
Denise has a sturgeon trip on the Fraser River.
That would be cool too, though. Is that one that's out in out west?
Yeah,
yeah.
Is that in Washington or that's in Canada?
Columbia.
British Columbia, yeah. That would be. Dude, the sturgeon that they get are
massive, like
monsters, 10 feet long. That shit's insane. Fly fishing in Argentina. Oh man, I'm just thinking so less of you right now.
Go to sleep, Joe.
go hang out with Jimmy right now, would you? Damn. And then Jen says, "Don't go fishing with Joe Rohr. You'll spend more time waiting for a tow truck than fishing."
That sounds like a story we need to hear.
We did. Remember?
Did we? Oh yeah.
That's right. Something happened with I don't remember. That's funny.
Russ Nelson says, gotta love the old 22 headshot. LOL. I don't know that we know Russ Nelson either, so welcome to the party.
I think we do know Russ. We know.
Wow, do we?
I knew a Russ Nelson a long time ago, but I don't know if that's Russ Nelson, and I'm not touching anything to mess it up. So. Yeah.
Well, if we know you, hello. If we don't, hello. Dave Omer said he has a Remington VTR and a 223.
47 grain, 222, 2100 feet per second. I think that's got to be like a varmint gun, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. Mark, maybe don't shoot that thing.
Let's see. 47 grain. 222. Green fish loadings.
I've never heard of it. It's got to be, I don't know if it's a new caliber or I just didn't hear about it.
Midway USA sells 222 Remington ammo. Hornady Vermageddon. So yeah, varmint.
Interesting. As soon as you said Midway USA, I instantly thought of that old guy that's always on the commercial.
Yeah.
Your business.
Your business. Thanks for supporting Midway.
I'm Larry Potterfield. Thanks for your business.
That's right.
Is that really his name?
Yeah.
Holy shit! How do you know that?
Nice pull, Bob.
I mean, I could envision the guy's head, but I would have never. You could have offered me $1 million to name that dude, and I would have never gotten it.
I watched a few hunting shows in my day.
Yeah, that's about to happen too. The hunting shows are about to kick off. Don't stare at me.
No, I think-
Hunting shows.
What's your favorite?
I like watching that stuff.
My favorite hunting show?
Red Arrow.
Yeah, Red Arrow's one of them. But the last couple of years, man, it's been the show that Meat Eater puts out. What is it? The 7 days in November.
Yep.
It's literally like just a seven. I think it must be a 7 days November. 7-part series, and they start November 1st and they go through November 7th, and they're all just hunting. Typically Midwest hunts. I think Clay Newcomb usually is hunting down in Oklahoma, but it's always like rut hunting, and that's like the craziest time of hunting. But it's such a cool just such a cool show. So I'm hoping they're doing it this year. I haven't heard anything about it, but they did it, I think, 2 or 3 seasons. But
Dan, we need you to reach out to Kip Campbell.
Kip Campbell?
Kip Campbell from Red Arrow.
yeah,
All right.
I already tried. They ghosted me.
I'll do it. I don't care. I got no shame.
Go stalk him. Just go find him.
Hey, Kip.
Yep. Josh Cohen says Meat Eater. Yes, Meat Eater in general, they just had their YouTube channel is loaded with all kinds of shit. There's so many different shows. Just whitetail alone. I mean, there's probably 5 or 6 different shows that are out there every year. So then you got fishing, and then you got like elk and moose hunts, and yeah, not just the Meat Eater show itself. Like their channel, YouTube channel they're like a whole brand now that has pretty much. I'm surprised they don't have their own like cable network now. Maybe that's coming soon.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I
The
think
Red Arrow is certainly one of them too. Do you remember watching Monster Bucks back in the day?
Hell
That's
yeah, man.
old
I had
school.
every
Dude.
Monster Bucks DVD ever.
We still have them. I went down in the basement at Dad's house a couple weeks ago, and they still have a big box of Monster Bucks VHSs.
nice.
Jim Jordan.
Jim Jordan.
Yeah.
Bill Jordan.
Bill Jordan.
Jim Jordan. Jim Jordan's like a congressman. Or
That's my barber.
No, yeah,
I
that's
was gonna say,
That's my barber.
I'm like, did he just show up? Nope.
Jordan. It's not Jordan.
Bill Jordan. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, gold jacket, green jacket.
who gives a shit? I think you recently teased somewhere the new Terrible Outdoorsman movie.
Oh my god.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody's watching, let me know if you want to see the Terrible Outdoorsman movie. I like the idea, man. Like we can make it like Escanaba in the Moonlight, like funny, and then it gets serious, and it's got to have aliens in it.
Yeah, it has to have some
And
controversy.
it's a movie. It's a whole full feature film about our best stories, and we just go through. It's like we reenact all these stories,
It
dude.
sounds like a train wreck.
It sounds like it would be terrible, but be so fun to watch at some point.
Terrible.
Escanaba and the Frozen Stupid Moonlight.
The Frozen Stupid Moonlight.
Yeah,
Wow.
they it's rated NC-17.
NC-17,
Yeah.
yes, 100%. So Bob Russ Nelson says, love the Monster Bucks VHSs, and yes, it's the same Russ Nelson from years ago.
All right.
Is it really?
I don't know last time I saw Russ Nelson, but it was probably 20 plus years ago.
Wow.
I didn't know they spelled their name with 2 L's.
I don't know.
Maybe it's a thing that he doesn't want people to know
There
that
you
it's
go.
Russ Nelson. It's Russ Nelson.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Never know.
Yeah. No, I think the movie, I think it's got potential to go absolutely nowhere, but I think it'd be a ton of fun to make.
Just like this podcast goes
Hey.
absolutely fucking nowhere.
Hey, but
hey,
don't
we're
we have
here.
fun doing
We
it?
do. Sure.
And
do.
we'd have fun making that movie.
The problem is that we'd have to actually get you guys to use the video footage while you're in the woods. That's the first problem.
No, like we're gonna reenact all this shit. You're gonna be the director.
I'm
And,
the producer. I'm not the cameraman.
well, you gotta hire a cameraman.
Wench.
We're the actors, okay?
Go film these guys. You better white balance that camera.
We need an intern.
We do.
Anybody want to be an intern?
Hey, once Jackson gets old enough, he could be our intern.
There you go. He takes decent pictures. It's just all the camera work would be like Blair Witch, all shaky.
Yeah, because he's nervous.
Did you watch that video I made the other day when I was walking through the woods?
Yeah, do you Jack?
My buddy Jeremy sent me. He said the whole time he thought it was like the Blair Witch. Was it like too shaky?
I didn't notice.
I actually
Okay.
thought it was really still.
Oh yeah. I mean, I was walking over like logs and shit, walking through the woods, trying to focus on that and not like fall and die. So
Well, that's good.
I thought I did all right.
You know how many times I've wanted
Jeremy.
to like? You know how many times I've wanted to like wear like a Michael Myers mask and walk in front of your camera?
Oh yeah.
You should.
I think about it all the time when I'm out hunting. I'm like, I need to fuck with this camera somehow.
I'm just glad I don't get any pictures of Chuck with starfish.
Yeah, just straight up,
Especially the hot dog flavored water.
Sure, butthole pictures on the drill camera.
You know how you like take a picture of like your hand like real close or something. It looks like a butthole. That's what
Oh my god.
Yeah, this here.
yeah, it looks like
Right there. Star.
there you go.
That's too bad.
Oh, gross.
Gross.
Gotta be smaller.
I just puked.
Diamonds are forever.
I just puked.
All right, remember, you got 40
It's like closed
minutes.
captioning us. Do you know that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh fuck.
You got 43 minutes. And basically, Dan-Williams-38, send us a Venmo. We'll match whatever we get between now and 9:11 p.m. for a Jimmy Dolmage tramp stamp tattoo of the Terrible Outdoorsman logo.
He doesn't know
You
yet.
who
He's
to-
sleeping right now. But
Dan-Williams-38. It's pinned at the top of the live. If you want in on this, we'll match whatever we make between now and 9:11 p.m. tonight.
I like it.
Oh, so here's a question for you. I mean, what's the first deer, or so this year, all right? I'm just going to go to Bob first. When you finally get in the woods, because you're busy as hell, and you probably won't get in the woods until like December, but what are the stipulations you're going to set this year for the goal that you're going to reach out for the size of the animal you're going to harvest?
None. I got
None?
No stipulations.
Let it rip. Letting it rip.
I don't give a damn. That my freezer is empty.
Yeah.
I'm going hungry over here.
You've said that the last couple of years.
Well, no, I guess. All right, if I gotta answer it seriously, I don't know. It's hard to explain because the way I look at it is that you'll know it when you see it type thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I pass a lot of smaller bucks every year. Like last year I could have shot a couple different deer, but it didn't meet my criteria. Right? I didn't have anything like. I'm not out there measuring their horns. I'm not that good. I don't see enough.
He's out there.
Or shoot enough big bucks to be able to do that. But like I know what I'm looking for, and like a lot of if it's a spike horn, it's a small 4 point. I guess it's probably geared a little bit more towards that age class because like the area that Ryan and I hunt, we're trying to shoot bigger deer. Like, and it's a proven fact that you cannot shoot bigger deer if you kill them when they are small. So I'll pass it up. I'm like, all right, that'll be a nice buck next year. Where we hunt in southern Michigan or southeast Michigan, like a 4.1 year will be an 8, and he'll be an 8 the next, or it could even be a 10. A deer gets to like 2.5, 3.5 years old down here, it's like it's a fucking dandy. So I have no problem with like passing up a buck in hopes that I'll see it next year. And like I get that whole argument, like, well, the neighbor's gonna shoot it. Well, maybe he won't. Maybe he's as lazy as or picky as I am, and he's gonna pass it through. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess there's sometimes too. Like I even had does come in last year where I was like, I'm gonna kill a doe. I want to kill a doe, and then they come in and probably like shootable distance or whatever. But it was at the end of the night, or it was it was too damn cold, and I'm like, I don't let them fuck with it, So one, a little bit of lazy here, and two, a little bit of being picky. But as far as like stipulations, I'm honestly not going to be very picky this year. It's been a few years since I shot a deer. And one, because I've been picky. Two, just because my schedule. The Army doesn't always agree with my, my.
That's one of those questions. That's a hot topic, right?
Yeah,
we tend to debate it every year.
We do.
Because Jimmy shoots everything that walks. Right?
So this is our this is our third hunting season doing this.
Oh fuck!
I think it's our third hunting season.
Sure. This will. I don't know. When did we start this thing?
I think it is.
This will be our third hunting season.
Yeah. Okay. So like Jimmy has the mindset that he's filling his freezer and he's gonna fill every legal tag he's got. Hey, more power to you, right? But for me, I don't know. We don't need that much venison. We do, but not. Like one deer a year is honestly probably good. Could be more. Sure, I do want to make some into sausage and things like that, but
they're from
Wickies. From the Wickies, yeah. I've shot enough deer over the years that are small, spike horns, 5 points, all that stuff. To where like when I see those guys walking through the woods, I don't get excited. So like I have no desire to kill that if I don't get excited over it. Right? I'll get more excited over a big doe than that.
I think I get excited for any deer to walk through the woods, really. But
yeah. But then you see the horns, you see a little spike horn. It's the same spike horn you've seen for the last like 4 nights, and you're like, oh, is that little fucker again?
Like I said, I think you'll know it when you see it.
Yeah.
I think whether it's like that deer, the deer that you shot this year, Dan, or the one that Ryan shot. You know what I'm saying? You knew you wanted to kill that deer, and you did. Right?
Yeah.
Like what you want to kill.
Dude, I remember last season I said that I was going to shoot a doe early season because we had talked about like shooting more does, and I was gung ho that like from day one I was shooting a doe as soon as I saw one. Well, then all of a sudden I get in the stand and it's like 70 degrees, and a decent sized doe comes in, and I'm like looking, I'm like, oh, she looks like a big doe. And she's not much bigger than the yearling. She might be like a year and a half, and I'm going back and forth. And then I'm starts running through my head like, well, if I shoot her, then I got to gut her and get ice on her right away because she's going to spoil because it's so hot out. Then I got to get her to the butcher. Fuck, I got to work in the morning. All that's running through your head like within seconds of this deer. But then like there were times where like I saw a big doe, like a mature doe walking through the woods, and I'm like, okay, that's a no-brainer. Right?
Yeah.
Like up in the UP, that buck I shot in the UP, it took a millisecond for me to know that I was shooting that deer. As fast as my brain could react for me to sit up and grab that gun. I didn't even count horns, nothing. I saw it, and I knew it was happening. Where if you got to spend that much time looking at a buck to see is it big enough? It's all right. It's probably not big enough, right? For me at least. But to each his own, right? If it's legal, shoot whatever the hell you want to shoot. I don't care. And some people will seriously debate that. But the way that Bob and I want to try to manage that property that we hunt is, dude, the pictures I've already had, I've got like 4 different bucks on that camera that are all pretty nice bucks. Well, those were 5 points last year. If somebody shot one of those, or if I shot one of those, they wouldn't be 8 points this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not that desperate for meat to where I've got to shoot one, but
I think
my 12 cents.
One of the other things that we run into every year is that usually like the beginning of the season, these last few years, the beginning of the season has been like crazy warm. So we're not motivated to hunt like come October 1st. So it's usually like maybe the second week that we get into, we're actually into the woods and might hunt for a few days, and you start seeing deer. And you may even have a couple opportunities, but like once you're in that like second week of October, especially when it comes to does, right? Like you're like, well, fuck, I don't want to kill any does because they're going to pop an estrus here pretty soon, or we'll be in pre-rut here real soon because it comes on really fast.
Yeah.
The month of October fucking flies by. So by the time you're like within a week of Halloween, like those deer are they're rutting or they're pre-rut, right?
Right.
So it's like
it's to the point where like if you see a doe, you have a good chance of seeing a buck. If not right behind it, maybe 30 minutes behind it checking its trail, right?
Right.
At least that's what goes through your mind, and then you sit there and you don't see shit.
That's what I'm saying. We struggle with that. We've struggled with
Every year, man.
every single year.
And then you don't see anything. Then you go like that whole stretch October, and you don't see. It's like the lull of October where you don't see any deer. And then all of a sudden in your head, you green light like, all right, I'm shooting a doe if I see one tonight. And sure enough, nothing will come in. At least either nothing comes in range or you just don't see anything. That's happened way too many times.
Like I said, I'm not going to be picky because at the end of the year, right? If I did kill a doe, right? Say I kill a doe in mid-October and I don't wind up killing a big buck or whatever, I'm still going to be happy that I filled the tag. I'm still going to have meat in the freezer. So I think this year I'm just going to let it happen. Not only that, but I'm going to have to travel all the way back to the east side to hunt. I mean, I could hunt over here, but it's all public land, and like, I guess it's from what I hear, it's pretty busy over here on the public land. So I'm going to be traveling on the weekends to try to hunt. So I got to capitalize on it.
I think anywhere besides like the UP is going to be busy on public lands anymore.
Yeah.
Now, what I will say, like, I'm going to have a different mindset going into the UP this year because that buck I shot, that thing was gamey as hell.
Was it?
Yeah. I mean, that wasn't the whole buck. That was like an old swamp buck, man. Like, I knew that thing was going to taste different than the corn-fed, soybean-fed buck I shot the year before. But it is night and day different. Like, not that it's bad, but the steaks are certainly a little bit tougher. But the taste of the meat, because of, up there, they're eating cedar trees and whatever they can survive off of. But it's noticeable. The taste is different. Would you agree, Denise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gamey deer. Yeah.
I mean, we typically eat venison a lot. Like, we'll put it in everything. Like, fucking put it in a hamburger helper. Like, why go to the grocery store and buy burger when I've got a freezer full of, venison burgers? Like, and it's typically really good. Like, hamburger helper. We'll make burgers. You should use it for spaghetti and shit. But this buck has been a little, you got to spice it up a little bit because there's a little taste to it.
Why go buy burger when I got Swamp Donkey in the
Swamp Donkey? There you go. Change that my name on the screen, Swamp Donkey.
So Mark Kane said if it's brown, it's down, Bob.
Oh, that's a Mark Kane.
And the yearlings taste great.
I don't doubt that.
Mark's a guy, though. He'll eat a lot of venison. So, like, he might shoot 2 or 3 deer, and he'll eat every bit of it. So, more power to you. Yeah, shoot a yearling. Hey, it's a legal tag.
Hey, we need to go back over to Mark's and play some cards, and then he make that chili that he made.
Isn't there a
fast-burning chili that he made that one night?
Isn't there a fight coming up this weekend?
Oh, my God.
Mark, you watching the fight? We'll be over.
Fucking good, man.
Yeah. Well, what else we got on here?
Let's see.
Yeah.
If I was living that Mark Kane life, too, I'd be eating venison every day.
Yeah.
That's what I'd be doing.
Yeah, if you didn't have to listen to your wife complain about venison. Luckily, mine doesn't complain about it. I mean, she complains about everything else, just not venison.
Jeez. Yeah, she agreed, I guess. So.
Yeah, she didn't even argue. She knows it.
Dave Heiser says, good evening. Hello,
Good evening.
I heard you met him the other night. Met old Dave.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
What up, Dave?
Davey Heiser.
How'd you like the show, Dave? It was awesome.
What'd you guys do? Where'd you go? How'd you?
Cody Jinks?
Oh, you saw him at the concert.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
How do you notice it was you? Did you have a shirt on, your hat on?
Either. I probably the sticker on my truck.
Okay.
We were just sitting there on the tailgate.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I got a face for radio, bro.
Yeah, that's true. You do. We all do. That's why we're.
Hot voice too.
Yeah.
And he probably recognized me from my hot voice. Apparently, my wife says.
I heard him drinking beer.
Yeah.
He heard the crack of the Coors Light can.
Jim Dolman says, "I'll take a second-year doe for eating."
All right.
I'll buy that.
No, just not public land.
It just depends. Like, I don't know if the buck I shot last year was just because it's an old buck, or if it's because it was just the area, like the area we hunt. I guess there are some fields down there. Like, there's some, not much. Most of those deer, like, they're living off of cedar swamps, pine cones and shit. Like, that's how they're surviving. Mm-hmm. But yeah. So it's just, I'm telling you, man, it's a distinct taste. But I don't know. Like, I've already been running it through my head. Like, what am I going to shoot up there? Like, it almost would have to be a similar size buck for me to shoot it, because, like, my goal is to definitely shoot a doe down here, because back where we're hunting down here, they're like rats. Honest to God, like Jackson and I went out setting cameras, and I saw like 8 deer. And at one point, we were like 15 yards from a deer. I actually had a video. I never ended up posting it, but it's just we're just sitting there walking along, and the deer just sitting there laying down, bedded, watching us. I'm like, well, hello, friend. I wish the shit out of you,
governor.
Yeah. So like they're like rats. So really, Bobby and I have talked about this, about like trying to get rid of some of the does because there's just way too many, and I think it really screws up the rut because there's no competition for the bucks when the rut kicks on.
Mm-hmm.
Like they just go straight nocturnal because they don't have to chase. It's just a big orgy out there in the woods.
They're a pretty elusive little.
What am I missing out on?
November.
What'd you say?
What am I missing out on?
Deer orgy. You know what I'm saying?
Denise wants in on
Fucking
the
freak.
Just a giant fuckfest out there.
Just we'll call it the fucking.
Just.
Greg Yount says, "Let's go." Aren't you supposed to be hanging out with Jimmy tonight, Greg? Or what do you help him, Greg?
Are they in bed together or something?
Are you sleeping with Jimmy right now? Dave Heiser says, "What you shoot depends on situation." Exactly, Ryan. Boom. I like this guy already.
Yeah, you guys will get along just fine.
Greg says, my deer itch this year is worse than the poison ivy I have right now. Jesus.
Wow.
Fuck.
My goodness.
So, Greg, good for you. There's no deer left in the woods that you guys hunt because between you and Jimmy and Denny, you guys shot like 12 last year. So
It's true.
Did Jimmy shoot one last year? I don't think Jimmy shot one last year.
Greg shot like 12.
Well, yeah, Greg, he shot one every day. Yeah. I'd have to start butchering my own deer if I shot them any because that shit is way too expensive nowadays.
I know. When I shot my little yearling, I was like, took it into the butcher. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like,
so, Greg, by the way, I don't think you were on here when we announced this, but we're taking donations for Jimmy's tramp stamp tattoo. So he's getting a tramp stamp of the Terrible Outdoorsman logo. He doesn't know this, but the listeners are going to put money in, and we're going to match that to pay for his tramp stamp tattoo. So
far we've got $10.
And then Joe said he's sending money, and so we'll have some funds coming in here. But yeah, if you want to put a donation towards it, we will match everybody's donation to pay for Jimmy's tramp stamp. He's sleeping; he has no idea this is happening, but he's going to do it because he will do anything for the listeners. So, Greg, don't tell him, but give us some money so we can pay for it.
Greg said Jimmy shot 2, Greg shot 6, and Denny shot 4.
That's what I said. I said 12. He shot fucking 12 deer last year. How do you eat that much venison? There's no way in hell. Like, you got to donate it to soup kitchens or some shit. There's no way anybody can eat that much venison.
Chris Adams says Ryan's mic makes him sound like a knockoff Optimus Prime.
I am Optimus Prime.
Yeah, we bought these microphones off of Temu.
Yeah, Chris, this is the Temu version of podcast mics.
Yeah.
So actually, back then it was Wish.com. So
yeah,
I told you guys sound different.
Do you really?
Yeah, it's very intense.
we are here.
I pick up on
maybe I'm just intense right now. Just fired up.
We're just vibing. Real vibing right now.
Vibing.
Yeah, guy's had one beer and he's wasted.
I'm fucking hammered. I'm only halfway through this.
Maybe you should have got that powder Coca-Cola.
Yeah. Greg says 5 days a week, 2 pounds a day. Even my dog eats it. Jesus.
Oh my God.
That dog stinks.
Yeah, that dog's got some shit. I thought my dog's ass stunk.
That dog farts for
Imagine.
sure.
You know what though? Like,
There ain't nothing much that adds up to Oscar farts though. Oscar farts are the real
pretty
fucking deal.
rancid.
Yeah.
He feeds him some nastiness. Yeah. That's funny. I wonder why the mic sounds weird. I'm not touching anything. You guys deal with Optimus
Don't touch
Prime.
shit.
I'd rather sound like Bane. That sounds like
Oh, Bruce, Jesus.
Fuck you, Batman.
So, Bob, speaking of dogs,
Jesus.
how's Bailey?
How's Bailey?
Bailey girl.
She's good.
Yeah.
She went camping with us the whole week. We were
Oh,
up there.
yeah?
Yeah, because they were down in Alabama, and so my parents took them. I got to
nice.
hang out with her the whole week. So,
And Bailey will straight up just do anything for pets.
oh yeah,
That
belly
dog.
rubs.
That dog will go nuts over pets.
I want to hear you.
Nuts and cowboy butts.
Denise is going to listen to my Optimus Prime voice.
She's
Optimus Prime.
she's all bricked up over your Optimus Prime voice.
bricked up.
She came home after that camping trip. We went and we picked her up and brought her home. And like the next day, my wife found one flea on her.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah. So like went out and bought all this stuff to like fumigate the house and like it was a big ordeal. It was one plate.
What's funny? She never left the camper.
Yeah, I don't know. I was like, they get it just running around the grass, dude. Like
Yeah.
he's everywhere.
Greg says, I won't tell Jimmy, but he is working for me this week on a floor job after his work each day. Yeah, we can't tell him until we have the money. Well, he'll watch this. He'll wake up and watch this. So, do I sound like Optimus Prime? Dan's listening to it right now.
It sounds like your face.
Yeah, it does.
Right here on your face.
It does.
Do I need to move it away?
Shit.
Am I too loud?
Yeah.
Mine too.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
Both of you.
Well, goddamn.
Bobby sounds great.
I mean, that's why we're the terrible outdoorsman. Is that better?
I told you guys ahead of time.
I didn't know it was still bad. Is it bad?
Yeah, it sounds pretty bad. It sounds really bad, actually.
Oh, fucking great.
Here, hold on. Here,
I think it sounds better now.
I can adjust it right here.
Now it's better. I mean, I might have had it too loud. I don't know. I'm not the sound guy. I'm the host. The sound guy's over
Sitting
here
in front of the sound machine.
He's sitting across from. That's fair. I always bitch at it about my sound guy, but I'm always in front of the audio equipment. So, is it still bad?
Yeah, it does.
It sounds bad.
It sounds like shit.
Oh well.
Oh, well,
Am I plugged in?
deal with it.
Well,
It almost sounds like it's coming from your like speakers on your computer almost. Yeah. Well, guess we'll have
well,
to.
you guys keep talking. I'm gonna.
Guess we'll have to go back and listen to this later in this episode of The Terrible Outdoorsman.
It sounds fine in ours, though.
Yeah, it sounds great on our end, but it sounds like straight up hot garbage on Facebook. Anyway.
Well, thanks, listener. You guys could have told me an hour ago.
Yeah, Bob said he told us in the very beginning, but clearly we didn't get the memo.
You don't pay attention to Bob.
I agree. I bet he did.
Remember, I was taking my headphones off. I turned it down in my headset because
I
sound extremely intense.
Like you sound so loud.
You could probably turn yourself.
Whatever
up a
he
little
did
bit,
sounds better.
Mm,
Unless it comes and goes.
I do not know.
Now I can't hear anything. Uh-oh. Y'all broke it.
Oh, you guys.
You done fucked up, Ron.
There you go. You're back.
Guess who's back? I don't know. Like I said, you guys talk. I'm gonna fuck with the sound so it goes out.
Yeah, it's funny because it says that my mic is going through the MacBook Air and not through.
Your mic sounds better.
Mine's better.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me talking?
Yeah.
And does it sound better, Denise? It sounds better?
It's delayed, yeah.
Huh. All right. Well, I think what it was doing is we didn't have our. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, welcome back to your regularly scheduled programming.
Hey, again, that's why we're the terrible outdoorsmen.
And yeah, so all right, Optimus, what you got for us?
I don't know. We have 15 minutes. Now I got louder. Did you fuck with something?
I didn't fuck with anything.
All of a sudden, I got louder.
Okay, sound guy.
I quit with the sound, people.
Sound
And
guy.
we have 14 minutes left to donate money for Jimmy's tramp stamp of the Terrible Outdoorsman logo. And we will record the whole thing. We'll go live when he's getting that tattoo to listen to him cry about it. But
He won't cry about it. He'll be all for it. You act like he'll be against getting Terrible Outdoorsman tramp stamp.
Will it be his first tattoo?
I don't know.
I don't know. No,
I
he's
don't-
got the camel toe.
I don't
He does have a camel on his toe.
He does.
literally.
He's got a camel toe tattoo?
He's
on
got a
him?
camel.
He's got
on
a
his
camel
toe.
on his toe.
Chris says it sounds way better with no sound from Ryan.
Oh, zinger.
Oh.
Ken Williams paid $20.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's $40 going towards the Jimmy fund.
There you go.
Let's go.
That should be enough to get
Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how much do we have right now?
$40.
And is that with Joe's?
No, well, no, not with Joe.
Joe? I don't even know if he's on here. Get your shit together, Carol.
Yep.
Mark Kane says we need to do a Muskegon Lake salmon trip.
Let's
Agreed. Just watch a great video on vertical jigging Chinook.
Hey, I heard something recent about Muskegon Lake. They have some kind of algae bloom going on, and it's like rolling out into it's coming out of Muskegon Lake and into the big lake. I don't know if that's going to affect the run. I know guys right now are catching them on Grand River. I
don't know if our DNR fisheries biologist was on. He could maybe give us some insight.
What a jackass.
Yeah, I'm busy. It looks like he's married now.
Greg Gount just paid us $50.
Holy shit. What are we up to now?
We're gonna make sure that we need to we're gonna make sure we have some money in the kitty here. So we've got $70 in donations for the Tramp Stamp Fund.
All right.
So that means we have to match $70. So
that's fine.
We're in, man.
Yeah, we're gonna go live and film this whole thing.
Oh, you already know.
Wow.
No. What's that picture of, Bob?
12 minutes to make your donations.
All
right. Anybody that's still in here, any questions related to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, hunting, fishing, anything? We got about 15 minutes before we wrap this up.
Is it down?
Craig Young says, let's go, boys. You got 12 minutes to make your donations. You got any questions? Oh, Ken Williams, I will call you all out. I need to be on the show.
That's true. I mean, he did.
Shots fired. I mean, what, 140 episodes in? We still didn't have him on.
We still love you, Dad.
I still have that whiskey in my liquor cabinet. So.
Yeah, we haven't even opened it.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to drink that on episode 1 of Sideshow Bob.
Nice. I like that. See, and Sideshow Bob would be a perfect program for Ken Williams because he loves that shit. He loves controversy.
That's a good question. What do you all want to talk about, or what do the listeners want to hear about in episode 1 of Sideshow Bob?
So, if you don't know, Sideshow Bob is a new podcast that Bob is starting. It'll be through the TO channel, but Bob is going to be hosting it. All about conspiracies and what, Bob?
Everything.
Conspiracies and
the unexplained,
and the conspiracies and the unexplained. So the staircase in the woods, the pyramids. What do you want to hear?
Sasquatch,
Sam Squanch.
Name it. Sam Squanch.
It's a Sam Squanch, Ricky.
It's a Sam Squanch, Ricky.
Oh man, I'm gonna dress up as Bubbles for Halloween.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Just to get the big ass glasses.
I'll be Ricky.
You just got to get a constant glass of whiskey.
No, Julian. I'll be Julian.
Oh, yeah.
Wear really tight black shirt and carry around some Captain and Coke.
Oh, man, they've got so many seasons, and he's still every episode that he just, no matter what he's done, he's carrying around that whiskey. That show's so funny, man.
We should.
Isabel and Adam finished it.
Did they really? I haven't. It's just one of those shows that I'll pick up every now and then, and I'll watch 5 or 6 episodes, and then I get into something else, and then I'll pick it back up, and I don't know. I think I've watched 4 or 5 seasons of it probably.
I think they stopped making it because that what's that guy's name, Mr. The guy who's always fucking hammered and he runs a trailer park.
Mr. Leahy.
Mr. Leahy, that guy, the actor that plays that died.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
So,
way to bring the mood down, man.
You brought the mood down before.
Well, nobody wants to talk about Sideshow Bob, but we have some other questions coming in.
Well, we need to talk about the Curse of Oak Island. If we want to go, like the Curse of Oak Island.
We got a whole show about that.
I know. We need to watch. That's one of Ken Williams' favorites too, by the way.
I think I've watched 1 or 2 episodes.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
You got it.
Yeah. So Chris, I believe, is a new listener. Chris Adams is a new listener.
Chris is one of my fellow peers at the TSC.
Okay, then he's maybe not a new listener, but he says, any traditions when kicking off deer camp? Favorite deer camp beverage? So I know we've talked about this in the past, but what's your number one favorite tradition? That
Dan's never been to deer camp, but he needs to this year.
That'd be awesome.
Start planting the seed with Sarah. If she's on here, Sarah, let him go to deer camp. But for us, our tradition, we've done it for a long time, is the night before opening day, we watch Escanaba in the moonlight.
Yeah. So that's your favorite tradition?
Probably now, honestly. Yeah. I mean, well, we've switched back and forth deer camps. Now we're going back up to the UP. As far as traditions go, we're like, we live traditions, man. Like we do the same shit no matter what trip we're doing. We do the same things over and over. It's just how we roll. But I think for as far as deer camp, that's probably it, I would say.
Yeah.
My favorite is jumping on like 3-wheelers and fucking up our hunting spot like the night before deer season.
And then Ryan going out and shooting a monster buck opening morning. You know, man, like we did that so many times in the UP, and sure as shit, somebody shot a deer, even though we just drove 4-wheelers all through the woods. You want to talk scent control?
Don't give a shit.
Scent control.
And up there, those deer don't see humans, so like they know something's not right when a 4-wheeler just drove through their hood.
Yeah, that's what's crazy is that like you could. I think last year we went out and we put some, because up in the UP it's legal to bait, so we threw some shit out, and we drove. Well, we had 2 3-wheelers back there, dropped off some shit, and then we were checking some stuff out, walking around, and we drove all the way back. And like within 10 minutes, I had pictures on a camera that I just hung.
Yeah, dude, we I don't even know if we were back to camp yet.
For real. But then like, you know, you let it cool down for a day or two, and then you go back out there, and I'm getting 200 pictures a night. And then as soon as I'm sitting there, those fuckers are nowhere to be found. Yeah. And when they do come in, it's like they are in tune. They're like heads on a swivel. They're like they're sitting there staring at you from the moment they exit the woods and coming out into the clearing. Like it's crazy up there.
Wow.
But
crazy.
Favorite deer camp beverage?
As far as drink, we used to sip on blackberry brandy up there. That used
to be blackberry brandy.
I have puked blackberry brandy up way too many times in my life.
But otherwise, it's the silver bullets.
Yeah, for us, it's
silver bullets, brother.
Cool.
I don't know, man. I've learned over the years. I've been sitting in the woods too many times with a terrible hangover, and it ain't fun.
Yeah,
I mean, yes, there's worse places I could have a hangover, but
I think the silence would be too deafening for me. I'd be spinning inside a tree stand.
Well, especially when you have like tinnitus real bad, like I have. Like it gets even louder when it's silent. Like it's just bells are ringing the whole time, and then you got a headache, and I'm a little bitch when it comes to my drinking though, man. Like I've never been able to hang. I know Bob's no better. Like we came from the same genes when it comes to that. Can't tell you how many mornings like we'd stay up till 1, 2 in the morning getting hammered drunk around the fire, and sure enough, like he won't get out of bed unless I get out of bed. And I'm not getting out of bed unless he gets out of bed.
Yeah.
Just kind of like lay in your sleeping bag. Like it's usually so fucking cold inside the camp that you have like just your face like sticking out of the sleeping bag. And I'll just peek an eye out. Ryan's not moving. And I'm like, oh, all right, sweet. Going back to sleep.
Yeah. But it's like that every morning. Like even if we're not hungover, if I don't get out of bed, Bob ain't getting out of bed.
We're not morning hunters. We're never.
No, I'm not.
Dude,
I can tell you how many times of all the years, how many morning sits I've hunted, especially like opening day or like up north. Dude, seriously, a handful of times I've actually seen deer, especially first thing in the morning. That buck I shot last year was what 10:30 or something like that in the morning. I sat there for like 3 hours and see shit.
Yeah,
this thing came out of nowhere.
We were out super early on opening day, well before light. And it wasn't we were there probably, I don't know, 45 minutes before it got light or whatever it was. And then it was, I can't remember.
So no favorite beverage besides beer, just because I can drink a lot of them. Yeah. All right. What else we got here? Ken Williams says, what's your go-to lure for bass fishing?
Ooh.
Square bill.
Spinnerbait.
Square bill.
For me, it's time of year.
Yeah.
Because like right now, top water probably, that frog bite. Yeah.
Little
like
ploppa.
Denise will attest to this. I threw top water for like 3 days straight, but I was catching them, and there's nothing more exciting than top water.
I mean, what were you throwing at Thompson that night?
Black spinnerbait.
Black spinnerbait.
Yeah.
All night long.
Yeah. But it's all time of year. But a favorite to fish would be topwater because of the blow up.
Yeah.
It's just not an all year long type of bait.
Right.
Spinner, if you want to just like go to like
White
to catch fish, it's a white spinnerbait.
Yep.
All in all. But then like you get in the dog days of summer, you go wacky rig.
Yep.
Right now it's been Nico rig. Like that's been my favorite. This year
Yeah.
I've been
You've
my favorite.
been doing that a lot this year.
Yeah, I just kind of test the waters with it, and dude, I don't even fish like just traditional wacky anymore. I go the Nico rig.
Once you go Nico, you don't go back.
You don't, man.
Yeah, for me it would be a square bill crank for sure.
Dude, you always have a square bill, but you catch that.
Love me some square bills.
I have no confidence in crankbaits. I've got a whole 2 trays of crankbaits and body baits. I have no confidence in them.
Oh, if you don't want them, I'll take them from you.
Oh no, oh no. I cut back on my fishing lures this year though. And how many I bought. I didn't get rid of any lures.
Yeah, you did.
I did. The only lure I bought is that my favorite white spinnerbait. I ordered like 12 of them off the internet because I found them for like $3 on some discount website. And they don't even make this shit anymore. And I remember Denise was like, "Do you really need that many spinnerbaits?" Yes, I do.
The answer is yes.
Because I never took it off up north when it stayed on one pole the entire time.
I'm no better. I have 3 of my rainbow trout daredevils in my tackle box.
We've caught one fish on that lure.
Coming from the girl that was literally fishing with a dick-shaped lure. Okay, I don't want to hear it.
That she did not meet her prediction on.
Yeah.
I almost did.
Well, you didn't?
A perch sucked it and fell
Oh
off.
my god.
Is that the same pole you used that you threw in the water?
Mark Kane says, "I'm ready to discuss my encounter when I was 12." Here we go, Bob. Your first guess.
Hell yeah.
Dave Heiser says, "I think deer get curious."
Agreed.
Dan, big guys don't climb trees.
That's very true too.
Yeah, I get in a tree stand still, but I don't go very high up. About 15 feet, 17 feet. That's the most.
That's 15 or 17 feet way too high for me.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Bob used to go like 25 till he almost died in a tree stand. Now I think he tamed it down a little bit.
I fucking stabbed myself at 20 feet, and I was like, yeah, no more.
Yeah.
All right, real quick. You got 1 minute. 1 minute until we cut off the donation for Jimmy's Tramp Stamp Fund. We will match whatever is sent to us between now and 1 minute from now.
Yep.
We said this an hour ago. So
the Venmo is tagged in the comments page. Come on, people. Mark Kane says buzzbait works at Thompson at night. Oh, we know.
Yeah, we know. But we don't fish Thompson at night, right? We fish Kent Lake at night. Yeah,
we fish Thompson at noon. It's the best time.
Right when all the guys are standing in their boats and their pontoon boats staring at you while you drive past.
Singing African Mamba.
Yeah.
Santana.
That's wasn't that song called like Land of the Guggen or something like that? I think that was the land of the Guggen.
Oh, do we have that queued up?
I don't think so.
I do. I don't think I do.
Talking about?
You've never heard of Land of the Guggen?
Dude, I don't know if you were on when we told that story.
I don't think I was.
We were out at Thompson and we came around the one island and this dude was just by himself, beached with his pontoon boat, just blaring some Carlos Santana. And I found out the song was African Bamba or something like that, or African Mamba. Yeah. I never heard the song. It's a catchy tune. But he's out there just blaring it. So then Dan just starts singing this whole song and called it the Land of the Guggens. It's pretty good. It's like I think we made it the intro to a couple songs,
the outro.
Or a couple episodes, or the outro. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Guggens.
Oh, man. And then like halfway through the song, I was like starting to laugh.
I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it and get copyright infringement.
Yeah. Well, play the Land of the Guggen song. It's queued up at the end of one of the last few episodes.
I don't know how
queued up
which one it was in.
Do the one that I did with Emmett and Michael, the Dan's homies.
We'll go through the next couple questions. I'll find it.
All right. So Dan, the big guy, don't climb trees. Buzzbait works at a mysterious lake that we're not going to say. Josh Collins said 3/8 ounce jig head on a little baby magic swim in white catches everything from crappie to muskie. My favorite, or a case sinking salty shad or chatterbait. I like that. Quick plug to our Fishing Complete sponsor. I like that. Oh yeah, here we go.
Land of the Guggens.
We're fishing here on the lake of the Googans. Jimmy casting all night long with the steel leader on. Jimmy does not catch shit. Oh, he's got fun! Killing it, please. That's it.
Before we get kicked off for copyright.
Yeah.
No,
That was
good.
it.
Yeah, but this dude was creepy. Oh, stop it.
Land of the Guggen.
Yeah.
The guy on the left is my hero, says Trevor Thomas.
Who the fuck's on the left?
That must be Boom Shakalaka.
The guy on the left is my hero.
I can be your hero, baby.
Maybe his camera's on me or it's flipped around.
Yeah, it must
Maybe
be.
you're really his hero.
Maybe it's
Did you
me.
ever think of that?
Maybe.
Carlos is the best. That is a good tune though, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I played that song like just cruising to work. It's not the worst thing I've ever heard.
No. Nope. All right. So the live stream campaign is currently
Yeah. So this was fun. Thanks guys for your questions. Thanks for donating to Jimmy's tramp stamp. That's gonna be fun to play that. But we'll go round table. Danielle San. Any final?
No, this was fun. Thanks everybody for participating. Thanks Denise for the meal in the beers. Thank you for that.
And sitting here staring at us awkwardly.
I'm all right with that. In the words of Captain JG, I got nothing.
Why you got to steal people's lines? You got to come up with your
I give
own
credit.
line.
I give credit.
You never use Jimmy's. I noticed that.
Because I'm not. Never mind.
Just stay super sweet and classy, guys.
Stay poopy out there.
Classy with I got nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, with nothing.
Stay tramp stampy out there.
Jesus.
Ken Williams says we have to record Jimmy getting his tattoo.
We will.
100%.
100%.
We'll probably go Facebook Live on it.
I sure hope so.
We got to find a good tattoo artist. Bob, who'd you get your tattoo through?
I'll do it myself.
Perfect.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Even better.
Get him some of them Coors Lights.
We need Jason to do it. Jason Daly. He's got to be there. If we're getting his logo that he designed for us tattooed on somebody's body, he has to be there for it.
We should put all of our signatures around it too. We
need to get a tattoo artist to come do it at like where we're recording all together and record while he's getting.
And we do like that'd be sweet.
We need a bigger fund.
We're gonna need a bigger fund.
Keep the donations coming.
Yeah.
Just because we stopped at 9/11, you can keep them coming.
I recommend Twin Rose. Twin
Rose is
up in Howell.
Okay.
My guy is pretty booked up, but they take walking.
Well, we'll find the cheapest person out there.
Yeah,
I'm sure you can go
ain't
an alley
cheap
before
either.
and find someone.
We'll find some freelancers.
We need somebody to do it with a hammer and a nail.
Yeah.
Fucking chisel that shit in there. Find some rusty nails on the street.
All right, Bob, final comments.
Keep your legs crossed, your mind on Jesus.
Denise, any thoughts from the other side of the room?
She's sleeping.
Nope.
Nope. You ready to go back to work?
Nope.
I'm ready for you to go back to work. Get the hell out of the house. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Appreciate it. We'll probably do more of these down the road since we kind of half-ass figured out the audio. Besides me being Optimus Prime for an hour, that was fun. Next time, I'm just gonna dress in like a Bane costume, and that'll be just me sitting here.
I'm burned.
Yeah.
Big Optimus Prime helmet or something.
And for the record, in case anybody wanted to know, we had a record-breaking 1 view on YouTube. So thank you.
Did you get it on YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, it was pretty late. We don't have that many followers on YouTube yet.
Nope.
We had a lot of views though, man. Did you see that thing I sent you? Like a lot of people are actually watching the bullshit we put on there.
I know,
So
it's crazy.
yeah. So if you're listening to this, whether on the episode we actually post or if you're on the live, make sure you follow us on YouTube.